Well, here's a question. Are the people who work for the cities we live in being paid too much? A better question might be, are there too many people in too many places being paid to do the same job? Those are some of the questions pumping new life into the push for amalgamation of Greater Victoria's 13 municipalities. It's an old idea debated for decades. Now, 2 Victoria councillors say it's time to take action. But as CTV's Andrew Johnson shows us tonight, it's not sitting well next door.
Running a city isn't cheap, but Victoria councillors are wondering if this one is spending its money the right way.
Some people have commented to me, some residents, you could run a small country for what we're running the City of Victoria.
Capital Region taxpayers are paying $157 million for the salaries of municipal staff. The majority, not surprisingly, is being spent in Victoria and Saanich. But what is coming as a shock to even elected officials is how many people Victoria is paying more than $75,000 a year.
We're not a business. It's not that we just increase our profits and therefore we can increase our compensation. It is residents through their property taxes that are paying these salaries, and there needs to be something brought into line.
She says one way to do that, to save money, is to amalgamate some of the region's 13 municipalities. Helps says it's been talked about since at least the 1930s, but this time she wants to see the question on a ballot.
Is this something that you want? And if the answer is overwhelmingly yes in a 2014 referendum, then we say, okay, how can we make it happen? And if it's overwhelmingly no, then we let it rest once and for all.
It could look something like this. 3 municipalities, one made up of Victoria, Esquimalt, Oak Bay and Saanich. The other the communities of the Saanich Peninsula, and the third formed on the West Shore.
I'm feeling we're at a tipping point. I think the actual residents and citizenry of the region are ready to have some serious discussions on how we can work together.
But the view from the mayor of the CRD's largest municipality and Victoria's next door neighbour is decidedly different. Frank Leonard says he doesn't see the same tipping point, doesn't see a reason to even be having this conversation at all right now. He says Saanich's payroll looks just fine.
We don't pay the most, we don't pay the least. We actually pay a median salary to our senior staff. And we've been reducing the number of senior staff. All my neighbours need to be responsible for their payrolls. They should not be surprised by what the people make for them.
UVIC's Jim McDavid, who studied the 1996 amalgamation of Halifax, says if you want to save money, don't do it.
I don't think that the amalgamation of the municipalities in Greater Victoria would save money. Any kinds of savings from reducing duplication are going to be offset by the additional management costs associated with actually running larger, more complex organizations.
McDavid says Halifax spent 4 times what it thought it would after only 2.5 years, and the same thing could happen here. Andrew Johnson, CTV News, Victoria.